Alex Carter sat at his desk, surrounded by the soft hum of office chatter and the rhythmic clicking of keyboards. He was a diligent worker, consistently putting in extra hours to ensure every task was completed with precision. Colleagues often stopped by to share a laugh or seek advice, appreciating his honest nature and willingness to help. For Alex, this job was more than just a paycheck, it was a place where he felt valued. Everything changed when Brian Wells joined the team. With an impressive resume and an unsettling aura, Brian quickly made his presence felt. Initially welcomed with open arms, it wasn't long before whispers filled the air, a shift that caught Alex off guard. First, it seemed harmless, just another colleague trying to fit in. However, beneath Brian's charming facade lay envy that festered like a hidden wound. A toxicity began, subtly snide remarks here, and questionable suggestions there, but soon escalated into full-blown rumors claiming that Alex took credit for others' work. Threw their camaraderie like an arrow aimed straight at Alex's heart, shaking his confidence as doubt rippled through the office. Lunch with Lily Kim, a supportive coworker, who always seemed to have his back. Alex sensed tension hanging over their conversation like storm clouds ready to burst. "Have you heard what Brian said about you?" she asked cautiously. "He's saying I'm not pulling my weight. That I'm stealing credit," Alex replied, shaking his head in disbelief. He frowned as she leaned closer. "That's ridiculous. Everyone knows how hard you work." Despite her encouragement, stress weighed heavily on him like thick fog clouding his thoughts. A warm atmosphere of teamwork had turned icy. Each interaction felt strained under the shadow of Brian's deceitful claims. Days turned into weeks. Anxiety crept into Alex's mind uninvited. Each morning, he arrived at work bracing himself against whispered conversations and sidelong glances from colleagues starting to believe Brian's lies. He questioned every email sent and second-guessed each project update during meetings. Moments meant for sharing accomplishments transformed into tight-lipped conversations, tainted by uncertainty about his standing within the team. 8 nights at home provided little solace. He replayed encounters in his mind until exhaustion lulled him to sleep. But something inside resisted surrendering completely, to despair, a flicker of determination, urging him not to let this toxic colleague rob him of what he had built through hard work and integrity. Then came the final straw. An important project deadline approached, and tensions ran high as expectations mounted for all team members involved. A critical meeting led by Mark Thompson, their team leader Brian misrepresented one of Alex's tasks while throwing accusations around like confetti. "Alex has been taking shortcuts," Brian claimed smoothly, casting doubt on Alex's contributions right before their boss and teammates. Ark confronted Alex based on these accusations, leaving him humiliated in front of peers who once respected him. Lily witnessed this betrayal firsthand, and later expressed her disbelief about Brian's claims during a quiet moment outside the conference room. "That was unbelievable. You know how hard you've worked," she said earnestly. "I don't get it. How did it come to this?" Alex responded quietly, struggling against frustration boiling inside him. He could resolve after such humiliation. Alex decided enough was enough. He would gather evidence against Brian's lies moving forward. Over the next few days, he meticulously documented incidents where Brian spread falsehoods or manipulated situations against him, while also securing witness statements from Lily along with relevant email threads confirming their exchanges about projects they collaborated on together. Lee met with Samantha Lee from HR, a fair but firm manager. He presented all compiled evidence clearly outlining how Brian's behavior affected not only him, but also team morale overall. "It's not just me being targeted," Alex explained passionately during their meeting. "Impacts everyone here." Samantha agreed to initiate an investigation which uncovered other employees' negative experiences, with Brian confirming a disturbing pattern of toxic behavior throughout various departments in their organization. Later came news that sent shockwaves throughout the office. HR had decided on disciplinary action against Brian due to overwhelming proof highlighting consistent dishonesty toward colleagues, leading up to his eventual dismissal from the company altogether. Justice served. Reactions within the office were mixed yet overwhelmingly relieved after hearing about Brian's exit. Many felt uncomfortable working alongside someone who'd created such hostility among staff members previously still recovering from emotional fallout caused by constant conflict brewing around them daily. Ark approached Alex afterward looking genuinely remorseful for not addressing concerns sooner, while acknowledging his true contributions across multiple projects post-investigation results a significant step toward restoring trust among Teammates moving forward, collectively striving toward common goals without fear looming overhead anymore. Morale gradually improved across teams as respect grew reciprocally between coworkers, formerly estranged, all thanks largely due diligence shown exemplified by hard work put forth, despite adversity faced earlier stemming directly from malicious intent exhibited via one individual seeking sabotage above cooperation instead. Ultimately, though, it wasn't merely about avenge. It reaffirmed why standing up for oneself remains vital no matter what pressures arise unexpectedly within workplaces. Today, forging stronger relationships a long way became essential element leading towards newfound empowerment. Aimed through overcoming challenges imposed unfairly upon individuals, simply striving succeed authentically amid chaos surrounding them otherwise. Title: Toxic Colleague Spread Lies. It Got Him Fired, Chapter 1. Introduction. Struggles. Alex Carter was known for his dedication and strong work ethic. He poured his heart into every project, earning respect among most of his colleagues. However, with the arrival of Brian Wells, a new team member fueled by envy and ambition, Alex's once harmonious workplace began to sour. Ryan started spreading malicious rumors about Alex, claiming he was taking credit for others' efforts. As whispers circulated, Alex felt the weight of doubt pressing down on him. A camaraderie he'd built with coworkers began to fray as they started questioning his contributions. Internally, he battled stress and anxiety. Each day at work became increasingly unbearable as Brian's deceitful actions cast a shadow over his reputation. Chapter 2, The Final Straw. The tension reached its peak during a crucial project deadline that everyone had been racing to meet. Ark Thompson called for an urgent team meeting to assess progress. Alex entered the conference room. He noticed Brian's smug expression, a clear signal that trouble was brewing. During the meeting, as Mark discussed individual contributions, Brian seized the moment to sow discord. Alex has been absent from key discussions, he said coolly while turning eyes toward Alex. Maybe we should reconsider if he truly deserves credit for what's been my hard work. Alex's heart raced as murmurs rippled through the room like waves crashing against a shore. He wanted to defend himself but found words eluding him. Humiliation washed over him instead, as Mark turned to scrutinize him directly. There any truth in this? Mark asked with disappointment in his voice. Silence enveloped them all, attention fixed on Alex, while Brian leaned back with a triumphant smirk on his face. Nodding under pressure made shame swell within him, a vortex of despair amidst hidden laughter surrounding their gathering. Afterwards, Lily Kim approached him quietly with concern written across her features. What just happened was unbelievable, she whispered fiercely so others wouldn't overhear. I know, Alex replied softly, feeling frustration bubble beneath the surface like boiling water ready to spill over. Document everything, every lie and manipulation from Brian, Lily urged firmly, her unwavering gaze anchoring him amidst chaos. With determination igniting within him anew after that humiliating encounter, Alex vowed not only to reclaim his dignity, but also strike back against the toxic influence threatening his livelihood. Chapter 3. Revenge. That night marked a turning point for Alex, surrounded by scattered notes and memories of meetings past illuminated by soft lighting in his home office space, served as inspiration for action rather than defeatism. He meticulously compiled documentation, email threads filled with lies and witness statements from supportive coworkers like Lily, who saw through Brian's facade. Days later came a decisive meeting with Samantha Lee from HR, where he presented evidence detailing how Brian's behavior undermined not just him, but team morale overall too. Samantha listened intently before initiating an investigation into other employees' experiences, revealing patterns of toxic behavior, linked directly back to Brian's manipulations. Mounting evidence surfaced showcasing years' worth of deceitful antics swirling around this colleague, finally brought justice closer than ever before the HR department decided disciplinary action would be taken swiftly against Brian, leading towards inevitable dismissal soon thereafter. Chapter 4. Aftermath. In the wake of Brian's dismissal, spread through the office like a fresh breeze blowing away stale air lingering far too long among them, all staff members felt liberated now that they no longer had to navigate uncomfortable dynamics besides such toxicity daily. Ark sought out Alex afterward, expressing genuine apologies for failing earlier in addressing concerns raised about team dynamics during investigations, and acknowledged true contributions post-revelation regarding what really transpired. Throughout those chaotic months together working side by side alongside one another, previously overshadowed by strife inflicted upon them, all due largely because of one person solely driven by jealousy alone. Team morale surged upward. Steadily restoring lost trust even deepened bonds formed between colleagues, thanks partly due in part from shared adversity. Experienced collectively along this journey filled both struggle alongside triumph, alike ultimately resulting always towards positive outcomes achievable working cohesively together. Empowered now more than ever following successful stand against injustice, felt within their midst Alex reaffirmed commitment, wholeheartedly focusing diligently on hard work ahead while cultivating stronger connections forged amongst supportive allies, like Lily, who stood steadfastly beside him through everything endured, until sweet victory arrived at last. Title: Toxic colleagues spread lies. Fired, Alex Carter sat in the HR meeting room, his heart racing as he faced the reality of Brian Wells' deception. It filtered through the blinds, casting striped shadows across the table where he laid out his meticulously organized documentation. Every email thread, every whispered conversation with colleagues, and every instance of Brian's manipulative behavior had been carefully noted. Of hope ignited within him, this was his moment to reclaim his dignity. Amantha Lee, the HR manager, entered with a calm demeanor that immediately put him at ease. "Thank you for coming in today, Alex," she said as she took a seat across from him. "I've reviewed your request for this meeting." Her eyes scanned over the documents before her. "For hearing me out," Alex replied earnestly. "I really need you to understand how much this has affected not just me, but our entire team." Samantha nodded encouragingly as Alex spoke passionately about Brian's lies, how they undermined his work ethic, and created an atmosphere of distrust among colleagues. He recounted incidents when Brian manipulated situations to paint himself as a hero while vilifying Alex. "Just being targeted, it was demoralizing everyone around us," he emphasized. "Lily Kim can back me up on several occasions if needed." As Alex spoke, Samantha's expression shifted. She understood and sympathized, but also aimed to ensure fairness for all employees involved. "I appreciate your diligence in gathering these details," she said after listening intently. "Take allegations like this seriously." With that assurance ringing in his ears, they delved deeper into each documented incident while Samantha took notes about everything discussed. A's turned into a tense waiting game as HR conducted its investigation. Alex could only hope that truth would prevail over manipulation once all voices were heard. He remained cautious yet hopeful even during lunch breaks with Lily, who always offered encouragement. Finally came the day, a notification summoned Alex back to HR for their findings on Brian's conduct within the company. "Alex," Samantha started once he took his seat again, her voice steady but low enough to feel conspiratorial between them. "Completed our investigation." His pulse quickened, anticipation hung thick in the air, like fog rolling over hillsides at dawn. He uncovered multiple testimonies confirming similar experiences among other employees regarding Brian's behavior. Briefly, before continuing, carefully weighing her words like precious jewels dropped onto velvet cloths awaiting judgment or perhaps redemption. "It is clear there exists a pattern of toxic conduct that simply cannot be tolerated here." A wave of relief washed over Alex while tears threatened to spill forth from pent-up stress now dissipating slowly like morning mist surrendering under daylight's embrace. Samantha concluded firmly. "Therefore, disciplinary action will be taken against Mr. Wells, leading up to termination effective immediately." The news hit him like a rush, a mixture of disbelief and elation flooding through every fiber within. This was justice served, the very retribution he'd hoped for, and committing himself toward shedding light upon darkness suffocating. Integrity amidst chaos. Whispers spread swiftly throughout the office following Brian's dismissal, colleagues exchanging glances filled with relief mixed alongside astonishment, wrapped tightly around shared experiences they'd endured together silently until now. Mark Thompson approached later looking genuinely remorseful, yet relieved too, reflecting upon circumstances previously ignored culminating into realization gained through open dialogues initiated thanks. Directly stemming from ongoing discussions within teams collectively striving forward unfettered by one individual seeking sabotage above cooperation instead. "I'm sorry I didn't address concerns sooner." Ark admitted, candidly locking eyes with Alex, who nodded understandingly, sensing genuine regret behind those words, finally acknowledging true contributions made across various projects left unrecognized beforehand, steadily building trust. New amongst teammates moving forward without fear looming overhead anymore. Morale soared higher than ever before inside their workspace, growing reciprocally between coworkers, formerly estranged, all thanks largely due diligence shown. Exemplified by hard work despite adversity stemming directly from malicious intent, exhibited via one individual attempting create discord amongst others simply wanting thrive authentically amid chaos surrounding them otherwise, ultimately. Oh, it wasn't merely about revenge, it reaffirmed why standing up for oneself remains vital no matter what pressures arise unexpectedly within workplaces. Today, forging stronger relationships became essential, leading towards newfound empowerment gained through overcoming challenges unfairly imposed upon individuals, simply wanting to succeed together harmoniously rather than succumbing under strife, born purely out selfish desires, masked behind charming facades seeking dominance elsewhere. Title: Toxic Colleague Spread Lies. It Got Him Fired, Chapter 1. Introduction. A struggles, Alex Carter was known for his unwavering dedication and strong work ethic at the office. He poured himself into every project, earning respect among most colleagues. However, everything changed when Brian Wells joined the team. Initially welcomed with open arms, Brian quickly revealed his true colors, fueled by envy and ambition. He began spreading malicious rumors about Alex, claiming he took credit for others' efforts. As whispers filled the air around him, Alex felt an unbearable weight of doubt pressing down on him. A camaraderie he'd built with coworkers started to fray as they began questioning his contributions. Internally, Alex battled stress and anxiety. Each day became more unbearable under the shadow of Brian's deceitful actions. During lunch one day with Lily Kim, a supportive colleague who always had his back, the tension in their conversation was palpable. "Have you heard what Brian said about you?" Lily asked cautiously. Alex shook his head in disbelief. "He's saying I'm not pulling my weight. I'm stealing credit." "That's ridiculous. Everyone knows how hard you work," she replied earnestly. But despite her support, stress weighed heavily on him like thick fog clouding his thoughts. Days turned into weeks as anxiety crept into Alex's mind uninvited every morning. He braced himself against whispered conversations and sidelong glances from colleagues starting to believe Brian's lies. Then came the final straw. An important project deadline approached, and tensions ran high as expectations mounted for everyone involved. A critical meeting led by Mark Thompson, their team leader Brian seized the moment to misrepresent Alex's work while throwing accusations around like confetti. "Alex has been taking shortcuts," Brian claimed smoothly before their boss and teammates. Mark turned to scrutinize Alex directly. "Is there any truth in this?" The room fell silent, all eyes were fixed on him while Brian leaned back smugly with a triumphant smirk. Humiliation washed over Alex, a vortex of despair amidst hidden laughter surrounding them. Afterwards, Lily approached him quietly with concern written across her features. "What happened was unbelievable," she whispered fiercely. "I know," Alex replied softly but filled with frustration bubbling beneath the surface. "Document everything, every lie and manipulation from Brian," Lily urged firmly, anchoring him amidst chaos. With renewed determination after such humiliation, Alex resolved to gather evidence against Brian's lies moving forward. Chapter 2. A final straw. Over the next few days, Alex meticulously documented incidents where Brian spread falsehoods or manipulated situations against him, while securing witness statements from Lily, along with relevant email threads confirming their exchanges about projects they collaborated on together. Finally, meeting Samantha Lee from HR, a fair but firm manager, was a pivotal moment for Alex as he presented all compiled evidence clearly outlining how Brian's behavior affected not only him, but also overall team morale. "It's not just me being targeted," he explained passionately during their meeting. "Impacts everyone here." Samantha agreed to initiate an investigation which uncovered other employees' negative experiences, confirming a disturbing pattern of toxic behavior, linked directly back to Brian's manipulations throughout various departments in their organization. Later came news that sent shockwaves throughout the office. HR had decided on disciplinary action against Brian due to overwhelming proof highlighting consistent dishonesty toward colleagues, leading up to his eventual dismissal from the company altogether. Justice served. Chapter 3. Revenge. The office buzzed with renewed energy following Brian's dismissal. Colleagues exchanged relieved smiles. The atmosphere, once thick with tension, now felt light and invigorating. Alex navigated through familiar spaces again without fear of whispers or sidelong glances weighing down upon him anymore. It marked victory worth celebrating. Approaching Lily's desk brought warmth spreading through him her eyes. Sparkled proudly as she exclaimed joyously, "I did it. I knew you would, thanks to you." He replied sincerely filled with gratitude flooding his voice like sunshine breaking through clouds after a storm. Day, Mark gathered everyone for an impromptu meeting, a welcome change from previous sessions tainted by unease lingering since before, and cleared his throat earnestly scanning attentive faces filling conference chairs around them. We gathered together, awaiting significant words, meant specifically directed towards acknowledging incredible resilience shown throughout recent challenges, faced collectively among everyone present. I want to take this moment acknowledge something important. Ark began slowly nodding appreciatively toward Alex seated amongst peers displaying genuine interest meanwhile. His dedication never wavered despite unfair treatment endured silently behind scenes previously overshadowed by allegations spun from jealousy alone, reflected accurately now finally put into proper perspective understood at last. Applause erupted throughout room, a ripple effect washing over undulating waves affirming recognition. Deserved, earned, hard fought, restored integrity, bringing forth pride within hearts yearning collective understanding, shared between coworkers now. United stronger than ever before. Chapter 4. Aftermath in subsequent weeks following these events office, morale blossomed significantly opening pathways towards improved communication, thriving where silence reigned due largely, because fear instilled earlier by toxic presence lurking. Nearby had vanished completely removed forevermore. Team lunches transformed lively gatherings filled laughter instead hushed conversations tinged distrust fading away slowly yet surely becoming distant memories left behind entirely. Forgotten ultimately replaced positivity radiating bright illuminating future ahead, waiting patiently beyond walls and closing them safely cocooned amid newfound camaraderie, blossoming beautifully revived spirits among coworkers ready tackle. Challenges facing them boldly side by side journeying forward together, triumphantly reclaiming lost connections, forged anew reinforcing bonds, deeper rooted respect cultivated steadily growing richer, every passing day spent alongside each other sharing moments worth cherishing deeply within hearts souls entwined. Ultimately though, it wasn't merely about revenge, it reaffirmed why standing up oneself remains vital no matter what pressures arise unexpectedly within. Workplaces today forging stronger relationships become essential element leading towards empowerment, gained overcoming challenges imposed unfairly upon individuals striving succeed authentically amid chaos encumbering otherwise.